this could all go horribly wrong at any minute.
And the rubber chicken says, Hurricane Ida made parts of America look like a third world country. You know, maybe it's time to start talking about infrastructure and climate change. But what do I know? I'm just a rubber chicken. Oh, well, I know the leaders started to talk about it. Yes, and they were bullshitting. I get it, but they were trying. No, okay, well, you can start your own party, the bullshit party. Well, we can't talk about that now. No, we can't, because we got to get on with Louis Black. Rantcast number 56, entitled All for None and None for All. Doo-da, doo-da. Doo-da, doo-da day. All for none and none for all. Doo-da, doo-da. It's unbelievable that I'm even singing. I'm trying to take the edge off of my fucking rage as we march towards September 11th. And it really was just 20 years ago that, boy, we couldn't join hands fast enough across America, huh? No, we could not, because we were unified together. And by God, it didn't matter what Joe Blow thought or Snicky Snack thought or what anybody thought. We were just all together, you know, and we had a common enemy and a common purpose. And here we are now, once again, 20 years later, completely shredded, fucking standing up. You couldn't create a larger divide. All right, maybe during the 60s it was pretty intense, I'll tell you. But no, this is madness, where we're with this precipice we're on now, which is why, in part, it took me, this is the third time I'm doing this fucking introduction, because I've been so pissed this week, because it just stuns me that 20 years after that moment in time, we end up here. Huh? It takes terrorists to get us united? Oh, disease doesn't work because it's just a disease. Well, why can't you think of that as terrorism? No, because a group of Americans really have now thought that the doctors are terrorists. They're terrorizing them with facts. And you got a whole other group of people who can't wait to shove ivermectin down their throats. Is anybody home anywhere? Huh? They just recently, some court said that a hospital doesn't have to give a patient ivermectin if they want it. Well, why should they? It's for livestock. Who the fuck knows where they came up with this? And Joe Rogan has to come out and announce, well, that's what helped me, and these others who are doing it. No, stop it. Okay? Please stop it. It doesn't help. We have things that help, all right? And it's a vaccination helps. And I've got some, thank God, I mean, at the end of this, my railing and nonsense and screaming, I've got a nice surprise for you, I hope. Nice is an odd way to put it. I've got something I really wanted to share with you. And I finally got permission to be able to read it, and I can't wait. It'll explain a lot of what my bottom gut feeling is about this whole vaccine thing. But ivermectin, for crying out loud, we could, you know, it's snake oil. It's people are being snake, you know, it's like selling, it's like they used to be snake oil salesmen wandering around in the fucking country here. Oh yeah, I can cure that. You got, you know, lice here. Why don't you put some of this fucking, whatever, gasoline on your head? That'll get rid of the lice. Oil or whatever, I don't know. I'm making shit up right now. But it's snake oil, all right? If you're prescribing ivermectin for for COVID-19, how is that not considered criminal? Okay, and advising people to take it, how's it not considered criminal? Hydrochloroquine? I mean, come on. None of this shit. But that's what we can't, boy, those doctors are terrorizing us with the truth. Stop it. Their doctors are going to disagree. There's certainly things that are going to happen along the way as we move towards trying to find a solution to problems. But get a fucking grip. Because while we're doing this, we're distracted from a whole shitload of things. Okay? That we got to fucking deal with. And we can't while we're sitting in the midst of this fucking shitstorm. And speaking of storms, that's the first thing. Huh? You don't think we got a problem that we got to deal with in terms of climate change? Really? New Jersey whacked by tornadoes, Annapolis whacked by tornadoes. That hasn't happened before. I mean, it may have happened before, but I certainly not, in my lifetime, no, I did not see it. Okay? Fucking flooding in the subways, yes, I've seen that before. We're going to have to start, and even if you don't fucking believe in it, okay? We're going to have to start dealing with these fucking once in every 2 week events that are fucking coming through like fucking freight trains on schedule. All right? Sure, Amtrak doesn't run on time, but the freight trains, where we need our shit, we need it fast. God damn it. Son of a bitch, it's unbelievable. If you don't believe in it, you at least have to start trying to say we've got to find ways to deal with this. All right? We have to find ways to get to get a warning system out quickly. Yeah, fucking New York had people were living in basements. Oh, now we're going to do something. Okay, well, now let's do something. There's a lot. That kind of shit has got to be done. There is a list of shit that's a mile fucking long that we've been sitting on. All right? While folks who over the course since 1978, the hourly wage has gone up 12% for the worker, and for the CEOs, it's gone up 940%. All right? That disparity, that has to be dealt with on some level. You have to fucking figure it out. And it can't be, boy, they won the lottery, fuck the rest of us. It doesn't work that way. It can't work that way. It's on the list. It's why there is a list. Because we're not putting money toward doing the things that need to be done so that, God damn it, all right, that we feel better at night going to sleep and that we can sleep better, for fuck's sake, not worrying about our windows being blown out, roofs going, or the fucking flood in the basement. God, it's the education system we got to deal with. Right? It's tough enough to deal with the fact that we're sending these kids, I got to get back, we got to socialize them. There are already kids we've lost because of this. Well, we got to deal with it. And we've got to come up with a better educational system, one that worries about the public education in this country, not one where some son of a bitch walks into a classroom with those things that you tie people up with to fucking take them to prison with, whatever they call those fucking things. I've been in those. They fucking took it. The guy comes in, threatens a principal with her because she's following basically the guidelines of her district. And he threatens her, and he's charged with trespassing. Seriously? Trespassing? And he's threatening her? Wait, he stepped on the lawn? This is not a stepping on the lawn fuck thing. This is scaring the shit out of somebody, a public servant. We got to fucking we got to get back to respect. We got to get back to etiquette. We got to get back to, hey, if you can't say something nice about somebody, shut the fuck up. Okay? The list goes on and on and on. I can't even get through the list because my brain starts to boil. It's just beyond belief. And our healthcare system, fucking nearly broken by this. People can't get, in Nebraska, the doctor said, what was it, that they had to take somebody, the doctor said, I couldn't believe we had to take somebody out of the state of Nebraska to get them care in a hospital. Meanwhile, Ricketts, their governor, fiddles away like, there's a ton of them fiddling right now. A ton of those governors just fiddling away in order to fucking think they can win an election by killing the electorate. You can't do that. When the doctor says he cannot believe he cannot find a bed for a patient who drops dead in Iowa. At least Iowa gave him a place. Of course, who knows what's going to happen there. So they've got, they had a ton of people at their football game. And you look at these events, you don't know if it's going to be a spreader event. We don't know anything. We don't know if those people are vaccinated or what the fuck is going on. But I just went down a cul-de-sac, and I've been doing that every time I do this particular Rantcast. In Kansas, same thing. They couldn't find the guy in ICU bed. while they were driving around looking for an ICU bed, the man dropped dead. Because there wasn't one available. Why? Because there are too many people with COVID in there. That's why. That's how many beds are filled. We filled all our beds with patients. Because there's a whole bunch of people who don't want to pay attention to this shit. Oklahoma's is backed up with ivermectin overdoses. I should have said that earlier, but I'm losing my mind. Ivermectin overdoses, okay? And as a result of that, gunshot victims are unable to receive treatment quickly because there are too many people who've overdosed on ivermectin. They shouldn't even be taking it in the first place. Just beyond belief. And then we follow this with what goes on in Texas, and you know what that is. For any woman out there, all I have to do is mention Texas, but probably a siren goes off in your head. Emergency. Here's a state you don't want to live in. As a woman, I can't imagine. Can't imagine if you want to live in there as a man. I mean, it's crazy. First, they say that you don't need a permit or training to carry a gun around. You know, you can just you can carry a gun. Doesn't matter. Take it wherever you want. Show up anywhere with a gun without a permit. That makes sense, doesn't it? That's going to really work out. That's that thing. The cops have said it already 100 times. How are they going to know who the bad guy is if everybody's carrying a gun? But I'm sure Texas will tell us. Right? And then they followed that up. 2 days today, they followed it up with, the voting. They've got a repressive voting laws that they've come up with that makes it harder. Yes, it does make 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 it harder for people of color and the elderly and a number of others to vote. Can't do that. Sorry. I'm a representative. I'm the representative, one of the representatives for the ACLU on voting rights. Can't do that. No. We have to do everything we can to make sure people have the right to vote. My mother was in the League of Women Voters, and when I was a kid, and that has stuck with me. And I was raised in a democracy. When you're raised in a democracy and you want to tell the world about that democracy, you fucking be goddamn sure that the people in your democracy you show the rest of the world just how easy it is to vote and how happy people are voting and how important it is. Not that you fucking make it so that you are going to win by not allowing certain people to vote. Come on. At least fucking pretend. Huh? Pretend that you'd like it to be competitive. Don't go all in. But they did. So they did that. And this is like in a 10-day period. But in between the gun law and now, so people are out there and they're going to be wanting to vote. Somebody can come up with a gun and threaten them, That'll be good. Or they won't even have to threaten them. They just have to show their gun. Just the gun that they don't need a permit or a fucking training. They can just carry it anywhere they want. Right up to the voting, right to the line of people who are waiting outside to go vote. And that won't intimidate people. And it's certainly not going to intimidate the folks who the other final dump that Texas took on the idea of of laws, of a state of laws, and on women and their the women's rights over their body, that it's their body. How many men voted in that idiotic legislature to say that we're going to come up with an abortion law that gets right to the nub of it? We're going to say it has to be 6 weeks. You have to have that abortion within 6 weeks. And I've read enough now. Most people, don't even know by 6 weeks if they're pregnant. Most of them don't even, they're not going to have morning sickness by then. I'm sure I'll get tons of people. I'm sure it's being written hundreds. Of course you know, because you've been throwing up all week. Bullshit. 6 weeks. Ludicrous. Not the deal. Okay? So if you wanted to say, if you wanted to push it in that direction, you might want to say that the state was going to stop you from doing that. But they don't want to do that because that would put them in a certain legal jeopardy. And the Supreme Court, they believe, would turn that down. But they came up with a new wrinkle. And the new wrinkle was that you could catch somebody who was helping someone get the abortion. Yes, a word that you catch someone and you get $10,000, huh? Just like being on the pyramid. Man, $10,000. Not, are you serious? That's a low ball, you fucking Texans, huh? For what you're doing, for what you're asking people to do, being vigilantes, you're going to give them $10,000 to fucking go out with their guns and track people down. It's bounty hunting. You're bounty hunting women, and you're torturing them. It's really, it's incredible. My mind melts in this. It just melts having to sit here and think. Like, I can't imagine being a woman who wakes up the next day in Texas, who might be pregnant, who might be thinking about this and realizing that she's fucked. And certain of the clinics had to flee. They were already fucked in Texas. Now people have to wander around to different states. Huh? You're going to find one in Mississippi where they'll pass the same fucking law because they're so smart down there. Well, 32% of them have been vaccinated. It's going to be, God damn it. And to put people who financially cannot afford it, to put them in this kind of danger, to send them to go have to deal with somebody, to go get an illegal abortion, is beyond. It's criminal that people do it, and it's criminal. It's just as criminal for the state to send people there, which is what the state of Texas is doing. And they can deny that that's what they're doing, but it is what they're doing. And people should get $100,000 if they find people who are doing the illegal, and use that money to build back a better health infrastructure. Because boy, that's something else we got to fucking deal with is our health infrastructure, and this is gutting it. Because Planned Parenthood is there in part, mostly, not even in part, 95%, 100% now in certain places because of laws, to be there for the health of a woman. It's a woman's body. It's a woman's right to choose. It's Roe versus Wade. And we're going to go do this again. And they take it to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court goes, well, we can't really rule. You had cases coming up. I don't agree with them, but you had cases coming up that at least had more of a legal basis than this fucking bullshit. And to allow this bullshit to sit out there like that and fester at this point in time in a public square which is ravaged by a pandemic. What is the matter with you? Where is your fucking humanity? Huh? Or your law degrees? Huh? Did they take away that? So, well, gee, in order for you to pass your boards, we're going to actually have to make you less human. Oh boy, I've had it. But I think I got everything I wanted to say out. I didn't do it as well as I thought I would, but I certainly got it out. And here's another thing before I march into this gift I'm going to pass on to you. Here's when you know as a nation that you fucked up. When the nations of Europe have banned travel there, banned travel from citizens in the United States, okay? They've imposed bans. See, that's a tip-off that you have fucked up when they don't want you there because you are spreading the disease. You want to lead the world? Huh? Do you? Okay, by example? You want them to be as good as us? Well, you don't do it the way we're doing it. Mm-mm. And when the rest of the world tells you that you fucked up, and you better get your shit in order, you know what? Listen, because there's a reason they're telling you that. It's like if you're in a class and a group of people say to you, hey, shut up, fucknut. There's a reason they say that to you. Okay? Because you're a fucknut. And boy, oh boy, we're the United States of fucknuts. So I accidentally stumbled on my Twitter feed. Folks sent in a piece that was written by a very funny writer, Wendy Molyneux. And she's written for Bob's Burgers, but she's also co-created The Great North, a show that you should take a look at when you get a chance. Some very funny stuff and some really wonderful writing and a terrific cast. Well worth your time. But this is also worth your time. I thought this was a gift when I got it, and I hope you see it the same way. It's one of these things. I read it. It was a rant. I'm not putting it in with the other rants because it's written by a professional, and it's not to undermine my incredible staff of writers for my audience. But I thought it deserved a special place in part because I read it and I thought, fuck. Every so often I hear a joke or I'll read something and I go, fuck, I should have thought of that. What the fuck's the matter with me? I'm weak. I'm lazy. I'm intellectually lazy. But this one, I was so fucking angry about this vaccination thing. And then I read what Wendy wrote and she nailed it. And I said, fuck, I should have written this. So I wrote and asked for permission to be able to read it. And I think you'll see why I thought it was important to hear and just how good it is. So here we go. Oh my fucking God, get the fucking vaccine already, you fucking fucks. Hi. If you're reading this essay, then congratulations. You are still alive. And if you are alive, then you have either gotten the COVID-19 vaccine or you still have the opportunity to get the vaccine against COVID-19. And holy fuck, if you aren't fucking vaccinated against COVID-19, then you need to get fucking vaccinated right now. I mean, what the fuck? Fuck you. Get vaccinated. Fuck. The fucking vaccine will not make you magnetic. Are you fucking kidding me? It just fucking won't. It's not even a fucking thing. And that lady who tried to pretend the vaccine made her fucking magnetic looked like a real fucking fuckwad and a fucking idiot. Go get fucking vaccinated. Jesus fuck. The vaccine also doesn't have a fucking 5G chip in it. What the fuck do you think a fucking 5G chip is, fucknuts? You think it's like some invisible nanotechnology they can suspend in a liquid and then just put in your fucking blood and then it what exactly? Fucking floats around in your body going on Instagram and telling the government you went to the grocery store? No one fucking cares where you go. You absolutely fucking fuck barf. Fuck off with that. Fuck. Oh, you're afraid of fucking side effects. Fuck you. You know what has fucking side effects? Fucking aspirin, fucking Tylenol. You could be fucking allergic to pineapple, you fucking fuckwit. Everything has side effects. You're being a big fucking baby with a huge diaper full of fucking diarrhea, complaining about maybe feeling slightly tired for a day or two while your asymptomatic COVID case you get and pass to some innocent fucking kid could wind up killing them or someone else. Fuck you. You fucking selfish fucking shit banana. You unredeemable ass pillar. You fucking fuck knob with two fucks for eyes and a literal poop where your heart should be. You want a 2-month-old to wind up on a fucking ventilator instead of you, a fucking adult, getting a fucking sore arm for a day? What are you, a pitcher for the Yankees? A fucking concert pianist? An arm model? Get the fuck out of here. Fuck you. Get vaccinated. Fuck. Fuck you. You think vaccines don't fucking work? Oh, fuck off into the trash, you attention-seeking fuckworm-faced shitbutt. This isn't even a point worth discussing, you fuckarama fuckstaval of ignorance. Vaccines got rid of smallpox and polio and all the other disgusting diseases that used to kill off little fucks like you en masse. Your relatives got fucking vaccinated and let you live. And now here you are signing up to be killed by a fucking disease against which there is a 99% effective vaccine? You fucking moron. Go in the fucking ocean and fuck a piranha. Fuck. Fuck that. Fuck you. Get vaccinated. Oh. You say you have a genuine allergy or a medical condition that prevents you from receiving a fucking vaccine. Well, that's fine. Well, I'm clearly not talking to you. I fucking love you. Fuck. Look, if you've been forwarded this essay from a friend or a loved one, then there are two possibilities. Either you are a normal, regular, sensible fucking person like me who got fucking vaccinated at the first possible moment. And this essay channels all your fucking rage and sadness and is therefore cathartic. Or, and I really hope this isn't the fucking case, you aren't fucking vaccinated. And someone sent it to you because you fuck, you need to get fucking vaccinated. And rather than being fucking offended that someone is trying yet again to get you to take the fucking vaccine, you should understand that someone fucking loves you enough to try one last motherfucking time to get you to take the fucking vaccine before you fuck off to heaven or hell or to some in-between place that's just like a fucking mall or something where everything is free, including and especially the soft pretzels. So congratulations. There is one person remaining in your life who wants to fucking save you from drowning in your own fucking lungs. You fucking fuck shit, fuck dick. So for God's sakes, get your fucking ass out of your chair, go to the fucking pharmacy and get a fucking vaccine, you absolute conscienceless fucking fuck. Get it. Get the fucking vaccine. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck. I think she nailed it. I don't know if I did as well as I don't know if I really did it justice, but boy, she nailed it. And it was a pleasure to read it. An opera, really. An opera of fucks. And that brings us to the conclusion of this intro. I'm go tomorrow to see my mother. It's her birthday. She's 103. That'll be something. It's going to really be a celebration. And I want to thank all of those out there who sent their birthday greetings on to me. It was appreciated. A Happy New Year to everyone. You know, all of the Jewish, my Jewish friends, of which I am a part of that community. A very it's Rosh Hashanah, and For those who are celebrating it, I've kind of passed on that. But for you, Happy New Year. And let's hope it's a happy one. And let's hope it's happier than what I just read. I once again appreciate all that was written in. For those of you who are along with Wendy, and I want to thank her again for her absolutely splendid piece of writing. And I want to thank all the folks who sent in with all of their wonderful rants and complaints and irritations. And you go, boy, but why can my work compete with that? It's not competing. We all have things that bother us, and we get it off our chest, and that's what really counts. So I hope you all have a splendid week. I hope you all convince someone to get vaccinated, because we can't keep going through this hell, and I don't want to slide back into that shitstorm. I want out. I think we all do. And you don't get out by saying it's over, and it's not over. Okay? And those idiots aren't helping. So if you have idiots in your family, good luck with them. Keep writing. Get that shit out of your systems. And let's hope fall is really better than it's normally been for someone like myself. Not my favorite season. Those leaves change color. I hope it changes our consciousness. You heard it first from me. Thank you again. It means a lot to spend time with you. What makes you happy? Is there something that interferes with your happiness or prevents you from achieving your goals? Is your mental health something you'd like to work on? I know you won't believe me, but I've been doing it for years, which is why I want to talk to you about one of my sponsors, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online counseling service that assesses your needs and matches you with your own licensed professional therapist. It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional counseling in a convenient and private online environment. You log on to the website and can start communicating with someone in less than 48 hours. They pair you with a counselor that you can message whenever you'd like, and you will get timely and thoughtful responses. You can also schedule weekly video or phone sessions from home without having to travel. They work with licensed professionals to match you with someone that works for you. So whether it be stress, anxiety, sleep, trauma, anger, I know about that, family conflicts, grief, relationships, LGBTQ matters, or self-esteem, BetterHelp is committed to helping you find the expertise you need online without having to be limited by geographic location. They offer financial aid, make it free and easy to change counselors if need be. And it's confidential, convenient, professional, and more affordable than traditional offline counseling. And I can vouch for that. Just go to their website to sign up and check out their daily testimonials. And if you're a counselor yourself, they are currently recruiting professionals in all 50 states. I want you to start living a better life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/Rantcast. Join over 1 million people who've taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Rantcast. Have you ever done a search online and didn't want anyone else to know about it? Maybe you were shopping for a spouse, or looking for a very personal item on a public Wi-Fi network, or even maybe you just didn't want to be tracked across the internet. I know what most of you are probably thinking. Why don't you just use incognito mode? Well, that's because incognito mode does not really hide your activity. It doesn't matter what mode you use or how many times you clear your browsing history. Your internet service provider can still see every single website you've ever visited. That's why even when you're at home, you should never go online without using ExpressVPN. It doesn't matter if you get your internet from Verizon, Spectrum, or Comcast. In the United States, internet service providers can legally sell your information to ad companies. ExpressVPN is an app that reroutes your internet connection through their secure servers, so your internet service provider can't see the sites you visit. It keeps all of your information secure by encrypting 100% of your data with the most powerful encryption available. Once they get set up, most users don't even realize they have ExpressVPN on. It runs seamlessly in the background and is so easy to use. Even I can do it. I mean, all you have to do is tap one button and you're protected. ExpressVPN is available on all your devices, phones, computers, even your smart TV, so there's no excuse for you not to be using it. Protect your online activity today with the VPN rated #1 by CNET and Wired. Visit my exclusive link, expressvpn.com/black, and you can get an extra 3 months free on a 1-year package. That's expressvpn.com/black. Go to expressvpn.com/black. Go there to learn more. No matter how you're feeling about getting back out there, there's no denying it's an adjustment. When the world gets too crazy, I go to the music I love, and I listen to it in Raycon wireless earbuds. Sometimes, look, you just need to listen to a Louis Black Rantcast, or maybe relax with guided meditation. When I clean house, I put on rock and roll, okay? And I make sure that it is as loud as I can take it. And boy, oh boy, I finish up with a big grin on my face, and the place is clean, and I do it in half the time. And let me tell you right now, Raycons are the best way to listen because they won't let me play it too loud. That really drives me a little crazy, but it's true. They come with a bunch of gel tips for your comfort, and unlike some other brands, they don't stick out of your ears. Raycons have a 32-hour battery life, so you can listen to what you want, when you want, for a really long time. They start at half the price of other premium audio brands, but they sound just as good. And Raycons come with a 45-day happiness guarantee, so you really can't lose. Give them a try. You'll see what I mean. Create your own soundtrack with Raycon. Right now, Rantcast listeners can get 15% off their Raycon order at www.buyraycon.com/black. That's buyraycon.com/black to save 15% on Raycons. Buyraycon.com/black. I am glad that Bob Miller sent us this rant because he says it way better than I can, and it's much more important coming from him than from me. I've bitched about this before, but he has much more of a right to bitch about it. I was watching you on Rantcast 55, and you touched on my pet peeve. Thank you for your service. Fucking morons thinking I care what they say when they are voting for assholes who cut veterans' benefits every year? Like I joined to please that moron? Is if I woke up one morning in high school and had an epiphany, I should join so that every non-veteran asshole in the country can tell me thank you. I've met people in my adult life who've had the nerve to say to me, why are we paying for disabled veterans? They knew the risk. That was 10 seconds before I lost a job in that company. What the fuck can you do for me? You can make a commitment to my brother and sister veterans to take care of them when disabled, to fix the fucking VA. I have a friend younger than myself who was a tanker in Jordan and Iraq. He is in and out of the VA with collapsed lungs, some sort of bubbles growing on the outside of his lungs, and they can't figure out what is wrong. He has a twin brother, also my friend, who's as healthy as a horse, but was never exposed to depleted uranium ammo. Well, hire some fucking doctors. Don't thank me. Take care of my buddies. I was in the submarine service from 77 until 86 when Ronald Reagan and I defeated the fucking Soviet Union. Other people helped, but mostly it was me and Ronnie. My father joined the Army in 1947 and crossed over to the Air Force when it was invented and retired in 1975 after the fall of Saigon. When I was a small child, I thought his name was Sarge, because when people called the house, that is who they asked for. My youngest daughter is now in the Army Reserves after staying in from the first Desert Storm until last year, making the rank of Sergeant First Class by looking for weapons of mass destruction in Iraq that never existed. Maybe my family are the fucking morons. Somehow we are burdened with a sense of duty. Don't thank us. It pisses us off. Tell your congressman and senator to fix the fucking VA so that sick veterans, crippled veterans, blinded veterans, and suicidal veterans who are fucked up by the bad shit that they've seen in the dirt hole shit countries can get some help and not be put on hold. People thanking me is definitely not supporting the military. Voting to care for those who were injured in service is the thanks they need. Thank me? Fuck you. I rode around in nuclear submarines hiding from the Soviets and waiting for an order to nuke those godless fuckers that never came. Fortunately. Bob, thank you for that. It really does enrage me, that thank you for your service, and thank you for saying it so well, and for someone who served. Let me just say, I can't. Sorry. I don't mean to make light of it, but I think you know where I'm coming from. I hope so. Thanks for that splendid rant, Bob. Someday, it shouldn't be that difficult. Really, I don't get it. The hospitals are there. We shot, I shot a segment for HBO, a thing, like a little ad-on thing for a special I did. And I can't remember, it was to be a part of the thing that they send out, the DVD, or whether it was an ad for it. But we were in a veterans hospital in Salt Lake City, Utah, of which a third or half of it wasn't being used. And I thought, what the fuck is this? Really? There were veterans I knew who were not getting attention at that point. And here was room after room after room. And we're renting it. HBO is renting it to shoot a segment with me in it. Fucking absurd. Dan Eaton is enraged for very obvious reasons. Good day, fine sir. Let's not push it. Personal space. My right to not have your balls resting against my taint. Lately, this happens more frequently. Standing in line at the supermarket, bending over to get something off of the bottom shelf. What the fuck's with people jamming into me? Nuts to butt? Gotta just cram their crotch and body like this supermarket sweep, and a timer's counting down, a timer that says time not touching others is wasted time? I often feel like it's a pickpocket scheme. Until it's an elderly lady or a circus clown just gyrating away on my ass region. I suppose that the elderly need quick cash, the same as Squirty the hobo. But come the hell on. What happened to the supposed space one habits when out in public? Is this how the anti-maskers show the rest of us, by crotch jamming? I don't get it. Mask on my face, dick in my ass. Maybe I asked for it by dressing like a back alley whore and shopping only for strap-on extenders and ball gags. You covered how people block aisles, leave carts out, all of that. But what about the assholes who interpret pandemic as, let's get it on? Last year during the fever pitch awesome, I encountered this greasy, chatty, oblivious dude who would rock back and forth as if his center of gravity was his gyro code, and he would count off dance steps by bumping my tailbone. Perhaps this was a personal Olympic event. Perhaps my neon glowing on-ramp lights that trace a trail to my butthole were some sort of an invitation. What the shit is wrong with people that they not only do not observe a few feet of distance, but seem to close all gaps like we're going to win some grade school thing contest. It does seem to have become worse since the pandemic palooza. Not sure why. Huh? It's all I can do not to backhand these douchebag molestatrons, it's good, and have a phone-worthy battle for the momentary ages. Any thoughts? Thank you for your time, and not grinding away like the summer of love took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. Why even wear a mask if I'm going to be so intimate as to bear children? God damn it. Thank you for your time, and I'm not grinding away like the summer of love. Oh, man. Dan? Wow. Maybe you shouldn't be out there shopping. I'd send somebody else. Is there somebody else you can send? This is a Paul. Like, seriously? I mean, I believe you. But this is, it really is unbelievable in the midst of all of this. It just goes to show it's this never ending, for all of the crap that's going on, there's still this steaming bowl of shit that continues to rise. That once the creme de la crap is gone, there will be total crap that will still be seen by, it's beyond belief, Dan. And do I have any thoughts? No. I mean, I would lose my mind. I get flippy if they're 3 feet away from me. If folks are that close, and if they're not wearing a mask, ha 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 ha. Even though it says, you don't have to. If you're double vaxxed, you don't have to wear a mask. Well, I don't trust that bullshit. That's that's a license. Yeah, boy, it's not a problem. Bullshit. They should have to show something. They should be on their phone. But that's just me. I'm sure plenty of others think that's an invasion of their fucking privacy, even though they carry a phone around that fucking can't stop advertising once they even have a fucking thought in their heads. Oh, really? I need socks? Those specific socks? I thought about those this morning. Fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable. And they're worried about their freedom. Well, and you're worried about your butthole. And I can fully understand that, Dan, and thanks for sharing it with us. Miranda Heatwell has sent us a rant that is about something that bothers her directly. It's in the midst of all the madness. You can see that we've still got stuff that outside of all the other fucking shit that's driving us crazy, there's other shit that just personally gets on our nerves. And Miranda needed to get it out there, and she has. Louis, your Rantcast has been one of the things that has made me feel like I wasn't losing my mind in these unprecedented times. It reminds me that it's not insane to be irate about everything that the rest of these fucknuts in the world are doing, and thank you for that. I could bitch about all of that, but your other fans and you have done that for me. What I want to rant about is something that until now I'd never thought about, but has now infected my mind to the point where I've thought about committing a felony. My fiance and I have become part of the landed gentry, something that we 30-somethings never really thought possible. We moved from an apartment complex that wouldn't let anyone smoke tobacco products on the property. So in order to smoke my nasty cancer sticks, I, a diminutive female, had to walk up a hill and stand next to a busy highway and be subjected to catcalls, honks, and the occasional attempted assault, instead of just smoking a cigarette on our porch that we were paying for the safety of our neighbors. But Louis, that isn't what I even want to rant about. One would think that after moving from a place like that to our own house would be a welcome change. But is. I have two porches where I can sit and smoke unaccosted. Except for the damn streetlight in our quaint neighborhood that faces our front porch that dims and becomes a strobe light every 5 minutes. It's the only one on the street that does it, and I can't help but feel like it is a pointed attack. As a woman, I have unfortunately grown battle-hardened to the everyday affronts. But this? Ironic. But that light that is intended to keep the neighborhood safe is the thing that's driving me insane. I think this is the last straw. I've had to fight to not throw something at that lamppost every day since we moved in. Could be that I've internalized your wisdom of focusing anger toward inanimate objects. I thank you for the chance to rant, and I hope that you'll donate to my GoFundMe page if I snap and catch a vandalism charge. It all gets to us one way or the other, Miranda, and it certainly has gotten to you. Wow. You could call the city. Maybe you have. Maybe that'll be your next rant, going down the fact that there's nobody there who can fix it because they've gone on to bigger and better jobs in other industries, or they've moved to another country where people are doing things that are a little saner than and dealing with the pandemic, maybe in a way that one might think is not as crazy. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it? That'll be interesting. Okay, thank you, Miranda. Good luck with the strobe light. You know, could put up some blacklight posters and have a party. Richard Dunn has sent in a rant that I've kind of been waiting for someone to go off on this. And Richard, I'm glad you did, because I read about it every day and it drives me about. I'll let you speak for yourself. Well, I see the state of California is about to fuck itself again. So there will be a gubernatorial recall election. The Republicans cannot win a general election because that requires a majority of general election voters. But a recall only requires a majority of recall voters. But many Democrats cannot be bothered to vote in a recall election. Voting is such, an inconvenience. You see, you have to receive the ballot, open the ballot, read the ballot, mark the ballot, and return the ballot. It's such a bother. God forbid you might actually go to a polling station to vote. It's such a time waster. You would think Californians have nothing better to do with their time. When is Apple going to invent a mind reporter that can vote automatically for me? I mean, they are already making software for my phone that will report on my impure actions. Pedophilia today, masturbation tomorrow. I bet China has already signed everyone up for that. So even though Republicans are only, and you're going to love this, folks, 24% of the registered voters, the election is a toss-up. What the fuck? California might end up with a crazy Republican governor who might give the Senate back to Mitch if 88-year-old Dianne Feinstein pulls a Ginsburg. You know what, Democrats? You deserve this. You're every bit as stupid as Republicans, ideological buffoons. You are so easily owned. And you feel good about it. Thanks, Lewis. No, thank you, Richard. Boy, it's I guess he's a right-wing talk show host. And the guys who actually sent this whole thing in motion, I was just reading, Richard, which you probably know, the ones who kind of set this recall in motion aren't even voting for the guy that they expect to be, supposed to be the front runner, the right-wing radio talk show host that really scares the shit out of a lot of people, including those who wanted just, a recall, but, travel thousands of miles across an ocean in wooden ships. Are you serious? And then walk and then come on out to California under a blazing sun and fucking, wagon train after fucking and slaughtering fucking, everything in sight to get there. And this is what you call democracy. Fucking unbelievable. You live with that and the rest of what the fuck's going on out there. No, you won't have to worry about climate change, not with this guy. It's going to be just swell. Rebecca Brewer is enraged, and rightfully so. It's exhausting reading about vaccinations and how it's our right, and then there are these posts that say not to get it. It's exhausting. It doesn't need to be pounded into us. Either get it or don't. I am literally every effing day fighting against severe Crohn's, lupus, and mixed connective tissue disease. I'm an effing mess. All of the shit I have to go through to make it through the day. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask, get a shot, don't get a shot. I've just had more tests done and will soon find out if I have breast cancer. Have you seen your OBGYN? Have a mammogram? Have you had a colonoscopy to check yourself for colon cancer? Around our age, for most of us here, we need to have these tests done. Guys, have you had your prostate checked? Flu shots are in for the season. Pneumonia shots are. My grandchildren get their vaccinations for childhood diseases. My 4-year-old grandson wears a mask out in public because people are gross and dirty. All the surgeries I've had, all the complications, I survived. Tubes down my nose, tubes through my abdomen in multiple places, tubes up my rectum, urethra. I've been on a ventilator a few times, and it was not only terrifying for me, but my loved ones as well. I've hemorrhaged a couple of times and should have died. I'm still here and still fighting. Every time I have to go through the ER or get a direct admit, I am required to wear a mask. Have you seen the gross slobs in the grocery store who cough or sneeze, no mask, and the snot all over the place? So awesome. Some people out in this world are immunocompromised. Should they just stay home and become a hermit? If you cut yourself and have some kind of cut or abrasion, do you cover it with a Band-Aid? Why? Huh? I'm exhausted. People need to stop. Just stop. Live your life and let others live theirs. Thank God Crohn's hasn't been politicized, or I'd be dead. I haven't gotten this far for nothing. Oh my gosh, it's easier to just not be on Facebook. I have more than enough to worry about. Boy, you do, Rebecca. And thank you for sharing that with us. And it puts a lot of things in perspective. And I hope that reading helped in some small way. I just hope that your doctors are doing everything that they can do and that you are not finding it difficult to see a doctor or be cared for. But now, because of what's going on, depending on where you're living, you could be fucked because you can't get into a hospital. Why? Because all the ICU beds are filled because we have too many cases. Okay, enough. But thank you, Rebecca. I kind of got a little depressed there, and I really shouldn't, because you're also kind of inspiring. You're a fighter, and I don't know if I had that kind of fight in me. It always amazes me what people are capable of, and I wish I was. And I'm glad you shared that with us, Rebecca. Thank you. Alice Curlis has this to share with us. Here goes. I've read and watched so much about COVID, from the science of it, the history of viruses, political manipulation of it, economics and cultural influences, and the effects on our lives as humans on the planet. My conclusion is basic. Religion, politics, and sociology, economics are the problem. Duh. Those who argue against vaccines and masks are looking to have those of us who are sane die. They believe they will inherit the earth, that they are the chosen ones. We will die by their stupidity, or some carry guns so that if we survive because we are vaccinated and wear masks, they'll get rid of us that way. What the fuck is wrong with these people? I'm sick of the local newscasters smiling while delivering any news. They are fucked up too. I live in a small southern state that used to be a Democrat, but the state has a crazy-ass governor who insists he can be God and not make school kids and staff wear masks. God damn it. My son's a teacher. My grandkids are in public school. What the hell doesn't this idiot know about the words public schools? Sick of being told to try a kumbaya to explain why their religious views don't matter at public schools. Fuck them. Fuck stupidity. Do something Jesus would do for once instead of being an asshole. Save lives, and that includes all the comedians, because without them, the whole shebang of humanity is a lost cause. Well, I don't know about that, Alice, but you certainly came out with the six guns blazing. And they certainly thought that they turned on us. They are in a certain fashion. It's just going to make this longer and more horrifying, and it's senseless. It's a tragedy of epic proportions. It's like a Greek tragedy. It's been a Greek tragedy, but really for quite a long time. And they used to present Greek tragedies. I'm saying this because I have a degree. I never get to use this shit by my theater degree, but they used to present, I believe, 3 tragedies, and then a comedy, usually by a gentleman named Aristophanes. That was what the Greeks did, and hopefully sometime this maybe is the 3rd tragedy, and we'll get over it. Once this is over, the comedy will begin. I don't know if the comedians are the one. I don't know if we're because without them, the whole shebang of humanity is a lost cause. I don't know. Without comedians, I think doctors are big. There's a lot of people who make for the fact that humanity is not a lost cause. You're one of them, Alice, by sharing that. I deeply appreciate it, and go to the National Comedy Museum, the National Comedy Center, if you love comedians that much and comedy. It's a great place. It's up in Jamestown, New York. It's a hell of a haul for you, but I'm telling you, it's going to be worth the trip. 3 days in there, and you'll feel a lot better. It might be like your church. This comes to us from an anonymous ranter who has some very good reasons to rant. Hey, Lewis, I wanted to share with you the life of an employee of a retail pharmacist and get a little ranting off my chest. My very well-known retail pharmacy thought it would be a great idea to start doing walk-in COVID shots a few months ago. This wouldn't be an issue. I'm pro-vaccine. But guess what? We have half the staff pre-COVID than post-COVID. This is my life right now, Lewis. There are 2 technicians and 1 pharmacist. I get 200 to 300 prescriptions just to type daily into data entry. That's just the first step. Here's how it goes. You drop off your fucking script for vitamin D. This is because you're a hypochondriac and think you are sick just waking up tired, dry throat, feet hurt, left testicle longer than the other. Whatever shit your brain is telling you is wrong. The urgent care that you go to for your non-existent problem is tired of you insisting you are fine and writes dumb scripts that I have to type because they don't want to deal with you. So step 1 complete. You gave me your dumbass script. I ask you, is tomorrow okay to pick this up? We're short-staffed. And I get the same crybaby fucking whining both the Medicare and Medicaid people are both guilty of. I cave on 1 to 2 hours. Otherwise, I'd just say, hey, go fuck yourself and go somewhere else. I type the script. The pharmacist makes sure it's typed right. Fill the script. Pharmacist makes sure it's the right medication. And then you can have your vitamin D. That's the basic order of the pharmacy. But instead, all day long, I get phone calls asking if their script is ready, what COVID vaccine I have, and my favorite, can I fill my opiates today? You know it's 2 days early before we fill it, so get a fucking calendar. Put it in your phone, write it on your fucking forehead for all I care. Just stop calling me. You want to know why your script isn't done? Mysterious telephone caller that asks if their script is done without even saying your name and date of birth? It's because dumbasses like you call me all day long. And there are 2 people here. One person works the register, and good luck doing anything else but apologizing. And the other does everything else. But Lewis, hold the fucking phone. We got COVID shot walk-ins. The pharmacist and whoever is not working the register must drop all their shit and help these people who don't carry insurance cards. Fuck those people who didn't get their COVID shots from hospitals like I did in January. They streamlined it, and it was perfect. Now that's gone. It's all retail COVID shots. We ask for insurance and get the same bullshit response. I thought it was free. Yeah, asshole, but putting the shot into your body costs money. Therefore, we either bill your insurance or the state. Okay? And that's tax money. They can just lie and say they don't have insurance. Who knows if there's repercussions? Finally, after taking a week of stress leave because I'm literally going mentally ill, depression, anxiety, you name it, I see we are now doing flu shots. Well, fuck me. I'd rather be jobless. No prescriptions will be filled because the pharmacist will just be doing shots all day. Technicians will just be corporate punching bags apologizing for shit that is not their fault whatsoever. Meanwhile, the stock is 30% up and I haven't seen a fucking raise since January. 25 cents. Huh? We had 6 technicians. We now have 2. How the fuck does that work? This is why I took stress leave, because I wanted to put a nail in the coffin for these jerk-offs. Meanwhile, my store manager gets $1 million for the COVID lottery, but the people who gave it to them can't even get fully staffed. Fuck retail, and fuck you corporate jerk-offs who have no idea what the fuck is happening on the ground. We were heroes for 3 months. Now it's, why the fuck do I have to wait for my opioid, vitamins, et cetera, bullshit. Sorry about the long rant, Lewis. Don't be. I wanted to show a small view of what my life is like every day. Much love, and I'll see you all in the unemployment line. 13 years in the company. Go ahead and shorten it to your liking. You know what? Fuck anonymity. Love, Matt J., the pharmacy tech you all step on. Well, thank you, Matthew. Thank you very much. And don't apologize. No need to cut it. I just had to finagle some of the words around, and I think we nailed it. Well, you did. I don't know if I did it justice. I was a little too critical. But that's, the way you got to be sometimes. Gives me something to do. Allows me to punch myself. Oh, well, I appreciate that. And I certainly, I don't know how you deal with the public, and especially somebody who needs their opioids 2 days in advance. Yep, COVID shots and the vaccines are coming, the flu vaccines, and they've got 2 techs. But mine on the corner, actually, that kind of kept everybody around, which is pretty remarkable. I'm sorry they're fucking you hard. I hope it works out, and I hope they're bringing some people back. That's crazy. There were 6 of you? Is that what it said? Yeah, we had 6 technicians, you have 2. You must be, well, don't lose your mind. Okay? Sorry. I hope that helped you not lose your mind. I appreciated it. I hope the folks out there did. And if they didn't, fuck them. Roderick Isaac wanted to get this off his chest, and wow. My ex-girlfriend, who I still care about deeply, even if she's a devoted Christian and Republican, whom I've been warning about COVID from the earliest days, won't take the shot. After just going through non-Hodgkin's, blood cancer, having all her blood marrow killed off and her brother's blood marrow injected into her bones to keep her alive, with only a 1% chance of it actually working, for which it amazingly did. But she had to wear a mask because of a weakened immunity system. For the last 3 years, she had to do this. Still, to this day, she will not get the shot. She figures she's already taking ivermectin, so she's covered. Ivermectin. She's taking ivermectin. I've read about it. I don't think you're supposed to. I thought that was supposed to be seriously something that could really fuck you up. And besides that, she doesn't trust the Democrats because they made the vaccine. I asked, what does your doctor say? She said, she doesn't care. He's a Democrat. I asked if this was the same doctor that had done the blood marrow transfer surgery. She said, yes. But he doesn't understand vaccines. What the fuck, Lewis? My head just explodes every time we talk. Tell me I need a better ex. No, you need to stop talking to your ex. Okay? There's nothing you can do. She's taking ivermectin. I really thought that there was I thought that was not supposed to be done at all. I mean, at all. That's like a dewormer for horses or cows or pigs or, ponies or whatever. Cripe, I'm pushing. But I keep reading about it. I'm going to talk about it probably again in the intro, if it's this week or whatever I've talked about it. Wow. Find another. Stop talking to her. There's nothing you can do, okay? The ship has sailed. Move on, all right? Find someone else and then make them the ex, and then you'll have I guess, more, find, like you said, a better ex. Or maybe you'll find that maybe you find your one true love, your soulmate. Because this sure isn't working out on any level. And you don't need to have your head explode over this, okay? There's a lot of other things to worry about than whether your ex thinks that the Democrats, oh God, I can't even go there. When you think about picking up the phone, don't, all right? Listen to the other, go to a rant. Go look at Kathleen Madigan's stuff, all right? And pretend you're having a relationship with her, okay? She'll love that. Don't stalk her. Take care. And thank you. Stefan Gerais, has sent this in from another country heard from. Always good to hear from another country, for sure. Dear Lewis, thank you so much for your rants. It helps that some people live still in reality and tell the truth. Please keep it up. I got motivated to write this rant because everybody seems to feel better after they do. And since I feel like shit at the moment, I had to try it for myself. My complaint is about the stupid, ignorant, and spoiled people in my home country, Germany, especially during COVID. Where to begin? One of our main politicians said at the beginning of the first lockdown that this crisis will be a character test for all of us. Was he right? But I didn't expect that so many fucking people would fail. Sure, at the beginning, when everybody was afraid that when you touch your mail without a hazmat suit, you can die, people reflected more on the real shit. But that changed quickly. Our country has a very good health and social system, and not many people have to suffer or can't make ends meet. The government has your back. A lot of businesses have problems, and the healthcare workers are at their limit. But the average man or woman can manage. In comparison to other countries, we have it very good. So, what do spoiled people do when the crisis feels less threatening? They complain about the real fucking problems. Why do I have to wear a mask when I get my nails done? Why can't I go to the fitness center? Why can't I organize a sex party where lots of people can lick each other? And now that we've opened up and lifted most of the restrictions, it's gotten worse. Here are some examples from my workplace. I'm the manager of a small wildlife park operated by the county. Our park is free for all to visit. We have no entrance fee other than for parking. Everything is paid for by the county. So families of all incomes can have a good time with their kids. You would think that everybody would be grateful for this government-funded service. Well, you're fucking wrong. The complaints I get make my head explode. One guy wrote me an email complaining that the parking lot is too dusty. He had to wash his car, and his children had to walk in the dirt. Excuse me? What do you expect us to do? Pave the fucking parking lot for $100,000 so you don't have to wash your shitty car? It's fucking free parking. I think you can park on a gravel parking lot. Then there are the people that complain about the animals. We have over 200 animals out of 21 species. Why are there not more or dangerous animals? The goats are boring and didn't eat the animal feed. But we paid $1 and my son was disappointed. Why are the animals so far away? Let me tell you this, stupid. Maybe we have no space to have more animals. Maybe a pack of wolves costs a fortune to have in a park. Maybe the fucking goats are fed up because 1,000 people fed them before you. You stop eating after your 5th Big Mac, don't you? And maybe our enclosures are big so the animals can live as close to nature as possible and hide from screaming kids and barking dogs. They have the right to piss off if they want a fucking minute for themselves. Get the fuck real and think before you complain about stupid shit. Have some gratitude. Have you watched the news lately? Flooding, storms, wildfires, and more. So many people suffer. And you complain about your dusty car. Shut the fuck up! Thank you, Louis. I really feel better now. I wish you all the best. Stefan from Germany. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you for sharing that. Really, wow. That really sounds very American. Sounds like us. Wow, that is impressive. A free, basically, nature park with animals. 200 animals and they're bitching. Makes sense. You know, that's the way it goes. God. Yeah, we couldn't wait. We're jumping all over each other now. Well, you've seen what we're doing. No need for me to tell you. You watch us on TV, you probably go, holy shit. Thanks so much for sending that in. And I do hope you feel better. I do. Mara McGuire has this to share with us. Louis, I know the virus is taking up almost all of the news cycle these days, but there's something I haven't seen that needs to be considered, and quickly. I am FEMA and Red Cross trained, and that includes pandemic training. And my training tells me this virus isn't going to go away. It's going to stay and it's going to mutate and people will die, but it's not going to be the fault of the bigger cities you see in the news. They're fighting back. It's the little places, states like Kansas, Oklahoma, and Nebraska, who are ignored by the media, as they always have been. Take a look at their local rural newspapers. Nothing but anti-vax and alt-right and QAnon propaganda. They've been ignored by everyone for so long, they feel perfectly free to spout whatever crap comes down the Facebook pipeline, and that's exactly what they do. While the fight for vaccines and masking makes the news because the big cities are trying to do the right thing, the people in rural, ignored places just giggle like 5-year-olds while they sit back and pull the wings off butterflies. They don't care because they don't have to. My county is tied for the lowest vaccinated rate in the state. And they're proud of that. It's sick. Point and laugh, point and condemn, but point them out. Ignoring them endangers us all, and they won't stop unless they're pointed out. Thanks, Louis. Signed, vaccinated and sane in Kansas. Thank you, Mara. I don't know what you do with those folks. I mean, I was supposed to go to Nebraska and I can't go because the government of the state won't put out the information that's necessary for us to know what's going on there. There was a map of the United States. I maybe said this, and where all the hot spots were, and where the places that were safer, and from state to state to state. Map of the United States there is right in the middle, Nebraska. Nothing there. I don't think we're ignoring them. They certainly show up on our news, but I don't know how we get to them. You were a lot calmer than I would be under those circumstances. I would be flipping out, Mara. Sean Manson is pissed about something that pisses me off too. Hi, Lewis. First off, I cannot wait to see you live again in Worcester, Mass. With that said, I'm listening to Rantcast number 54 and completely agree with you on the news. I can barely stand local news. And when it comes to national news, Jesus Christ. COVID, Afghanistan, Trump, vaccines. I do understand COVID is a big deal as we are losing thousands of people every day. But come on. Tell us all the information. The percent of breakthrough cases, the percent of unvaccinated versus vaccinated people in the hospital dying. When it comes to Afghanistan, it is important to get our people out along with the families of the Afghans who helped our troops out for 20 years. Anyway, when it comes to the news, it is barely news. They vomit the same shit over and over and over again. It's information to scare us, not the informative stuff. Why do I have to dig through the endless internet? Fuck that QAnon bullshit. I'm digging through multiple sites to get all the information. What happened to informing the public of the things that are going on? I get there's bad news going on out there, but what about some of the good shit, huh? Why not lead with some good news, sprinkle in some of the bad shit, and end on a high, huh? Send us away feeling better about the world. Feel free to modify this as you please. I'm not the best at writing, and you are a pro. Nope, you're the pro. This is your bitch, and you wanted to get it out there, so I've just changed it just a touch. Added a couple of things here and there, but not much, because you did quite well here, Sean. And you know why? Because you got it out there. And as he ends with, thanks for doing these Rantcasts for us. It gives me something to look forward to every Wednesday. Hope to see you live again sooner than later. Take care, and you take care, Sean. And thank you for that. It's deeply appreciated. And don't criticize your work, okay? Don't worry about it. There are plenty of others who will do that for you, so fuck them. Thanks to all of you for listening to my Rantcast. If you have a rant you want to get off your chest, send it in to me at lewisblack.com/live. You can think of it as therapy, or whatever you want to think of it as. Just let it rip. And I want to thank the true stars of our show, the ranters, and the splendid rants they gave us. Lewis Black's Rantcast was created and hosted by me, Lewis Black. It is produced by James Salkind. Our theme song by Chris Lane. Executive producer, Ben Brewer. Executive producers, Matt Kleinschmidt and Robert Kelly for the Laugh Button Podcast. And most of all, thank you, all of you who ranted so well on this show.